All right. And we are live. I am here with Armon Wiggins, and
Hey,
Wiggins is here with
Nick at night. Oh wait, well I guess I was supposed to say that.
right. So today we are going to be talking about all of the stuff that has been circulating around Todd and Kandi's divorce. There has been a lot of people invested in the what possibly could have been a scheme, not a scheme,
Mm.
whether or not other things played a role in it. We're going to get into a couple of different things. Armand is going to start things off, and then we're going to go through some receipts.
All right, yeah. Let's get into it because maybe a lot of people don't know the timeline. So I think it's good that we should start with a timeline before we get into all the documents and then receipts. So, are y'all ready to get into some things? Because we're gonna break this whole thing down. And y'all know, listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Kandi, but
Really?
you know I can't stand Kandi because I just feel like Kandi be wanting all the money. But I stopped liking Kandi when she on her daughter's birthday, she was asking for cash apps. Like, girl, how you want everybody money? But anyway, that's something need to hear there. I might be on her side though with this thing. So, all right, let me get into this timeline. All right, so Kandi and Todd, if you guys didn't know, they met in 2011 while Todd was working as a producer on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, so they got engaged in 2013 and married on April 4th of 2014. They share two children together, a son that was born in 2016 and a daughter via surrogate in 2019. On November 21st, 2025, Kandi publicly filed for divorce, citing that their marriage was irretrievably broken. Shortly after the filing, she told fans during a live that the split had been brewing for a while and that despite how she had appeared online, she's been emotionally struggling. Okay, so now we're going to get into what sparked the divorce. According to multiple sources, a major catalyst was that Kandi had discovered Todd had been talking to other women behind her back. She reportedly had no idea of this. All right. There are also rumors. Hold on. There are also rumors that surfaced in social media commentary and gossip outlets that Todd may have been involved with someone else in Atlanta. Some allege he has a girlfriend, but these are unverified as of now. Kandi has not publicly confirmed every rumor. Instead, she has pointed to trust issues and that the marriage is being irretrievably broken. Now, the legal battle and custody prenup and all this messy drama that's going on. Since the filing, things haven't stayed quiet. The divorce is quickly evolving into a contentious legal battle. Todd filed a response around November 26th, seeking primary physical custody of their two children. He argues that Kandi's work, which may require frequent travel, will keep her away from the kids for the next several months. Okay. He's also challenging the validity of their prenuptial agreement, claiming he was pressured into signing it without proper legal counsel. In response, Kandi amended her filing. She initially asked for joint legal and physical custody, but now seems to be pushing for more primary custody herself, especially given the alleged instability around Todd's behavior and schedule. On top of that, Kandi's legal team reportedly intends to use footage and content from their reality TV work, including their own show, as evidence in court, suggesting the marital problems and alleged betrayal may have been documented on camera. That's going to be some tea because I don't remember. Significantly, Kandi is also requesting the divorce proceedings be sealed, meaning much or all of the documentation could be kept private to protect their children and their families' privacy. So that's the update as of right now. What do you make about all this?
I was looking at something that Todd posted, and before Kandi basically announced that she was going to be filing for divorce, Todd posted up a picture where he said the next scheme is going to be the greatest scheme ever. Then when I went to his YouTube channel where he had been doing podcasts with Kandi and the girls that were doing her makeup, I was reading some of the titles and I'm like, was he setting up for some of the things that he filed in his divorce reply for a year now or so? So I'm going to show you guys what he posted before there was any notice of a divorce filing. I think it was like the day before or something like that, before she actually filed. And then we're going to go into the YouTube.
Yeah, give me the tea because I'm not up to date on all of the stuff. But I feel, well, how do we feel about the things being sealed? Because I'm like, do I have to make a trip to Atlanta to get to that courthouse?
Oh, you would give it up at the trial.
I think we may have to pack our bags, boo. Okay, what's going
So
on?
this right here was November 11th, and on his caption it says, "The next scheme is genius. Stay tuned."
Ooh,
Okay, so he put up there,
okay.
scheme is genius. Stay tuned. So then I was like, interesting. So let me go and let's look at just the titles of the video
Mm-hmm.
on his YouTube. So let me share his YouTube, and we're just gonna read the titles of the videos, and then we'll react to some stuff, but we're also gonna go over the actual divorce documents and what they say.
Todd is some tea. So I'm just like, I don't know. Everybody's telling me that they team Candy on this situation. So we'll see.
All right, so this is the YouTube channel, and let's just read some of the titles. Should men have to pay for the peach? Kandi or Todd? Who has the higher body count? But no, let's get into, hold on, let's go to videos. All right, so it says, Mama Joyce has something to say. Is there a situation where you wouldn't take your husband's last name? Then it
Ooh.
says, should Kandi sex shame Todd because he wants her to let him? Why did
Hmm.
Kandi give Todd an ultimatum? Kandi put a tracker on Todd. This was 2 years ago. Kandi puts the kids before Todd 2 years ago. And then he says, Todd says he needs a break. Kandi is not having it. And then in between all of these videos, he's making sure to put a video with the kids where it's like daddy daycare. And then he's showing, him with the kids, daddy daycare in between.
To try to break up the mess
Yeah, or he's showing that he's with the
with
kids.
the
That's
kids.
kind of what I got
Oh.
from it. So he has all these vlogs where he's kind of showing things. So I found just like some of the titles to be interesting.
Yeah, because it's like you only make those kind of titles when like there's some truth in your titles. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now I feel like I need to go watch all those videos to see how they're playing games with what's going on because there's some truth in that there.
Yeah, let's take a look at one of the videos. So one of the videos is Todd says he needs a break from Kandi. So let me bring this
And
up.
child, I didn't know he had a YouTube. You are messy, girl. How did you find that?
Yeah, he got a whole channel.
Girl,
He was documenting
he
everything.
was.
All right. Boom.
Been over a month. I've been with you.
Back to my family. And then this dude over here tells me just a second ago, I said, hey, he's been really mean lately.
Mm.
Popping off. I don't barely even say something to him. He be snapping. And he says, what'd you say?
I asked you why.
And I said, I think I've been around her too much lately. I think it's been over a month. I've been with you day in, day out, over a month.
My question to you is, I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, but I thought we'd be together all the time anyway.
Yeah, we do, but at times you need a break, and you might need a break. You might feel like, you know what, he's being snappy. I just need,
Yeah.
And it's not like leave out of town break. It might be like, yo, a couple hours like last night, you want to come down and do your nails. That's your time. Like you really talk your gossip and girl, did you see this? You had time. These are your friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are your friends. The young lady who do your nails are your friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you and your friends. When's the last time I went and hung out with my friends? Within this last month.
We're your friends.
I have no stop. See, ladies, if y'all watching this, listen to your man. You get what I'm saying? So you're friends constantly. So you're able to engage and have friendly banter, escape for the second, the couple hours doing hair and makeup, 2-3 hours doing your nails. So
let's be clear. This is your first this month. You have chosen to back up from a lot of your friends. Okay, that ain't got nothing to do. Normally,
what is that?
Your ass be out.
All right. So she's like, hold up, homie. You trying to say I'm out with my friends? You just changed your behavior just a smidge because you be outside. So don't come over here acting like you don't be outside. But it's just the way when you look back at things in a marriage, they were together for 11 years. So obviously, after time, you do need your space. But it's just the way that it was kind of proposition that, he realized that this ship was kind of sinking. So hey, Kandi, what do you think about me playing around? It just seemed a little.
But at the same time, it's like, shit, I don't want to be with you and your homegirls. Like, I want to go maybe look at some ass. And I'm maybe, you know what, I'm tired of being here with you for a month. Yeah, maybe I decided that I, wanted to step back from my friends. I was outside, but this month I'm realizing that time is more important to me. I don't want to be down here while you're getting your hair and nails done, having girl talk. Like, I kind of want to be away from you. And I think that's okay. I feel like that's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that was one video. So then the next video was why his name ain't on her house. And the title is why his name ain't on the house. So let me share this.
Why his name ain't on the house? Oh, well, because you married Kandi. She's not finna play with you, Todd.
Hold on. How do I?
But here's the thing. While she's pulling that up, in my opinion, I feel like whenever you start a relationship off with a prenuptial agreement, you're already setting the relationship up as fit for failure, especially when you're the woman and, the man, you make more money than the man. The man is already coming in a little bit like, okay, you know what I mean? She makes more money, but now you're already kind of setting it up like, hey, this may not work in the future. And so I'm protecting myself. So Todd probably felt insecure throughout that whole marriage. And now what we're about to see now, why his name ain't on the house, why his name ain't on this. There's probably been many different things where he felt like he didn't have real access to the money, or he wasn't in a real partnership, or it always felt like Kandi is still the big dog and I'm her little husband boyfriend. I don't feel like she probably made him ever feel like he was truly the man. And unfortunately, it's probably because she made more money.
But then that brings in the conversation of, should you really be dating that much down? Because if me having my money makes you feel inferior as a man, that makes you entitled. But then there's also the double standard where when the man makes all the money, normally the woman is not working, so they have to be dependent on the man's money because they're taking care of the kids. And I feel like that's kind of what he's showing, like,
and to be fair, a man is not going to get with a woman and make her sign a prenup. And if he did, that woman is running for the hills. Let's be clear.
That's not depend on the bag, because a lot of prenups have clauses, and a lot of those clauses kind of wear off at, like, there's a lot of prenups that are structured where it's like, if we're married for 10 years, then this is what you get. Or if we make it 11 years, so a lot of
Kim and Kanye had like an 8-year.
Yeah, like they have like those type of, marks. So it's like, are you just staying with me just so you can make it to the
I don't know, but let's get into this video.
Hold on.
I just feel like you're right though about that double standard though.
I live in the house. This isn't Kandi's name.
I be giving me some property on the side that I'm renting.
Y'all broke up.
My
It's the
God,
same thing.
Jody,
But
stop
you're
it.
not supposed to put yourself in that position.
That's true.
You gotta listen to these financial tips within this conversation.
I mean, my house
Do
is in my
not
name, but I'm just
do
saying.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, would y'all live in a house in y'all man's name?
Yeah.
I live in the house. This isn't Kandi's
I
name.
be giving me some property on the side that I'm renting out.
See,
This
now
house-
that's a move right there.
Yeah, like
See, Kandi ain't
you
finna
live
play with
our
her
way of
coin.
living, our way of life, and I could be and put my money to the side and get my little stack of my
No,
bread
but what
up.
if you just stand there and you just stand there? Like there are some people
Well,
who
just
don't
live.
make that move. They just live there.
This isn't
Well,
Candy's
I
name.
always think like,
Time out. Let's back up. This house is in Candy's name.
wait, what?
Yeah,
This
it
house
is.
is in
She had
Candy's
it
name.
before y'all got together.
No,
we was
we were
together.
together, and then she was like,
But
"I'm
we
buying my
weren't married.
dream
Oh,
house."
y'all was together?
We
when
weren't
you bought
married.
this house?
We weren't married.
We were together.
I didn't
weren't
want-
married.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have
And
wanted
I'm
to be
not,
on this
like
house.
I just said, I'm
Well,
not putting no
Oh,
man.
so
Kandi
name
has very
on
masculine
nothing.
You
energy.
didn't put your name on it?
I don't care about this shit.
All right, let me pause it. So, and then we'll play some more. What, Armon?
I just feel like Kandi have masculine energy. She has very like, girl, like I get it though, but that's something that I would say. Like, I'm buying my dream house, thinking you can come or you cannot, but you still make the man feel kind of inferior because I don't think he had a choice. She's got the money. She decided she was buying that house. What was he gonna say? No, I want to buy the house with you, and she wasn't gonna go for that. So I just feel like she was setting this relationship up eventually for it not to work. At some point, in my mind, Todd got fed up. And it's clear to me off the clips in my mind, if we're going there, I do feel like he was bullied into this prenup.
Oh, please. What?
Absolutely. It's
Oh,
given
yeah,
that.
right.
Yeah, it's given that. It's given that.
Oh, please.
Yes.
All right, let's play some more. I'm like, stop. Make it
Yes.
stop.
Like the thing people don't even understand, these houses are fucking money traps anyway. Like buying these big ass houses are very expensive. It takes a lot to maintain them, a lot to keep them up. So for me, if we weren't together, I would not want this house.
Mm.
I would want Kandi here with the family, but I wouldn't want it. No, that's too much.
I would.
This is-
Indoor swimming pool.
Y'all can have that shit. They got indoor pools in luxury apartment buildings. I can go down, take my swim, and go right back up to my apartment. Like, but I'm from that. from that.
After we were married, there were properties that we ended up getting together.
So we have a lot of property together.
You know, like our
Mm.
commercial properties, like what we do for our businesses or whatever. But no, I'm just gonna say flat out, no, I don't believe you're supposed to do that. Ty, you
I
had
feel-
a bad experience yourself.
Yeah, I feel the same. And you know what? In my experience, the girl told me that shit. She was like, "Yo, you're not supposed to buy a
So
Wait. I want to hear this part. I want to hear the part real quick.
property before you get married." But the case was, we were moving in together, and I was like, "Well, shit, I want to buy something. You want to buy something." And then we was like, "Fuck it, we both want to buy something," so we got it. We ended up getting it together. But then, shit, 20 years later, I was still trying to get my name off the property, and my credit was getting messed
You
up.
said how many years later?
Like 15 years. I think I ended up paying the whole property off in like a couple years ago.
Because his situation was,
Yeah, because
when they broke up, they never dissolved whatever you have to do, because that's hard anyway. When you get like a property together, it's like, okay,
it has two
it's
incomes
not
attached to
yeah,
it.
you're not married,
Yeah.
you're not having a divorce. So when you have a divorce, they force you to
sell it or do something.
or make a decision about those things, right?
Yeah.
But if you just go together and y'all
Yeah.
break up, nobody is forcing you
And-
to, get that stuff done.
But even in it, I understand it was if
So what are they
something
saying?
went
It's
wrong,
better
I
to
would
buy the
leave.
property
I was
before you
fine
get
with that.
married?
But I was supposed to just be compensated a little something for what I
yeah, basically, that's kind of what I got from it.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too.
All right. So then there was another video where he said, should a wife take your husband's last name? And he was kind of upset that Kandi didn't take his last name. So let me put this one up.
Mhm. Okay, so I'm here. Nick and I will be back. And so we're talking about Todd, Kandi. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of leaning a little bit toward Todd right now. I feel like he was bullied into that prenup. I feel like, this was a business relationship. I feel like Kandi felt like she probably was never going to be with him. And I feel like Todd got to a point where he had felt fed up. Now, do I feel like he should have taken her last name? Or she should have took his last name? No, she probably could have hyphened it. But Kandi kind of gives me, it's my way or the highway because I have the balls.
That's kind of what it gives.
Candy's very masculine.
Yeah, it kind of gives like, because what she said the day of the wedding, a big thing about it was he waited up until the wedding day to sign the prenup, and she was basically saying that whether if he don't sign the prenup, then it's just gonna be a big party. Like either way, she not getting married without a prenup, and she was like putting her foot down where she was protecting her assets no matter what.
Mhm.
So I think that was also because a lot of people feel like her mama, be in her business or whatever, but I feel like sometimes you gotta listen to your mama. A lot of people feel like her mama was a little too much invested, but sometimes our moms' advice help us in the long run. You remember that time you had your mama tell you that person ain't your friend, and then you like, no, mom, this person likes me. We're friends. And then later you realize what your mama saw all along. So sometimes the mamas can see certain things. So
But let me ask you this though. I just feel like, and I'm with that, and I get it, and I battle with that idea. Like if I ever become, super rich and famous, and I find somebody I really, really love and think I want to marry and something like that, do I do the prenup? But at the same time, let's just be honest though. If me and you get married today, and I say, hey, I need you to sign this prenup, we're already going in the relationship with the fact that you feel like I don't fully trust you. So we're going into this relationship with an expiration date in my mind. I feel like if you really feel like you're gonna build this person, you're gonna have kids, you're gonna get married, that's just part of the risk you take. Relationships are a part of the risk. And I just feel like a prenup subconsciously sets the relationship up for an expiration date in my mind, especially when a woman and a man, you're already coming in behind the 8 ball. If the man is making less money, and then you got social media, everybody saying he hit a lick, he's already, and then you got a masculine presenting woman like Kandi. Todd is feeling like, damn, I have to live her whole life. Everybody's thinking that she's the man in the relationship. And then on top of that, she's moving her weight around at the house. She's moving her weight around in private, in public. It's like, when do I get to be the man?
Yeah, but I will say this. I think that you take wisdom from the people that came before you, because maybe there was a situation where you're thinking, hey, I love this person. We're going to run off to the hills to death do us part. But then you got to have that person in your life that taps you on the shoulder and gives you that wisdom. Like, listen, everything is good right now, but who you marry is not who you divorce. Who you marry and the person that you are in love with is bliss, is fresh, is new. Is not the same person on mad day that's hurt, that may be feeling vengeful. There's kids in it, there's assets. A lot of marriages break up because of finances. And, people feel like, this person, I built this, they're trying to take this. So the same person you marry isn't the same person that you divorce. So sometimes you got to snap back into reality, because it's like, should you be loving and trusting your partner, and should you be going into it not trusting somebody? That's in reality, kind of, in essence, yeah, you probably shouldn't have that mindset, but reality has that, shoot, people gonna be people. Humans are gonna be humans, and they was
And protect your money at all costs, is what you saying.
You gotta extra for real. All right, let me bring up this next clip.
Now women are building legacies as well. So say, for instance, back in the day of Rockefellers, as you say, that was when they first started the Rockefeller legacy. That was during a time where everything was about what the man was doing.
But
there were no women in the Rockefeller family at the very beginning who were setting the legacy. They were just there as support of the building of a legacy. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So it's totally different.
It's
now.
It's not totally.
It is.
It's not. No, I got a question.
But see, even all of these videos, really quick, pause it real quick.
Legacy.
Okay.
Pause it real quick.
Go ahead.
See, even with this, and I'm not trying to be like that, but it's like everything has to be about Kandi. I have to sit down here, do my YouTube video with you in the glam room, and I have to, maybe he wanted like that for the views, but it's just like, when does Todd get to be the man? Kandi is the man and the woman, and Todd is like her assistant, or he's just there, or he's just maybe some dick. I don't know. I just kind of feel like Todd is not an ugly man. I just feel like at some point he had started getting fed up. We lost Nikki again.
No, I'm here, but when I shared it, it doesn't let me. It like something glitches. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna just. But I hear you. I'm gonna just chime in. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, yeah, that was just my thought. But yeah, we got to bring it back so we can have a split screen. I was just, because we got to see the rest. Okay.
God, Rockefeller name, like names, the
It's
man's
your
name
legacy.
lives on. So
Yes.
like
But how
Me-
why it gotta be like that? Why our name can't live on too? Like,
but your name does live on with the family. Your men,
No,
the
but
men in your
why?
This is the problem. Stop there. Stop it right there. Stop there right there. Stop there. Stop there right there.
Okay, so that
Stop right there. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. That's just how it is. Like, why do we have to change everything? The last name, the men want the women because the kids, it takes on the legacy. This is why. My dad always used to tell me this. He's like, I hate, that you're gay because you're not going to have no kids because you got to take on the legacy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why do women want to be men and women at the same time and then complain when men are not being men? Like, women want to take everything away from men and say, we can do it too, but then you're mad when the man is not masculine anymore.
I feel like so in Candy's defense, she was a single mom for a while after, she had the relationship with the guy Block. She created her daughter Riley. And I think was Jermaine Dupri before or after that. I don't know. But she was like, a single mom. So once you out there grinding, hustling, and you been carrying the load, it's kind of hard to like sit back and let somebody else take it, because you've been having to have your back, facilitate your finances. You've been having to do business deals, and you got to where you got to, this millionaire on your own. You're writing, you're doing all this stuff. So it's kind of hard to kind of be submissive. But also, a lot of men want a woman to be submissive. And a woman, I believe, naturally submits to a guy that is a good leader. So let's talk about it. They've had several businesses where they paired up and they did businesses together and they failed. The restaurants that he wanted to do or whatever didn't go right. And Kandi, I don't know if she's thinking this, but it's like, before we started doing things your way, I was on the up. Now I'm, restaurants getting shut down, this, that. It's like,
when they start charging for ice, that was Kandi.
So, but I say that to say, I think that a woman naturally leads to a good, she naturally submits to a good leader. So a lot of men who complain about women being masculine or not submitting, it's like, how is your leadership as well?
I agree. I just still feel like, do you give him room for that? You know what I mean? It seems like from the beginning, it was very much so, hey, I like you, you're attractive, because let's be honest. Everybody was kind of gagged when Kandi pulled Todd.
Who was gagged?
You was
gassing it, Armon. You just gassing it.
No, like, come on. No, come on.
Gassing it.
No, like, we almost kind of like, oh, she kind of got somebody kind of cute. And, well, that was actually good for Kandi. Because, you know what I mean? We were thinking, well, Candy's not she's not the shiniest fork in the drawer. And so, we were all happy for her. And we thought, okay, well, maybe that, she had the baby. Then Mama Joyce started coming in. And she was like, well, he's using her. But it just seemed like Kandi is a woman that just needs to be single because she's very masculine in her energy and she has her mind focused. And I don't think she's more like really a team player. I feel like any man that's going to be with Kandi has to be a billionaire. He can't have less money. Kandi cannot be with a man that has less money than her. It's just not going to work.
What about if Kandi was with a woman?
She would be the man. She would.
But I feel like, because a lot of people, because there was conversations where she did a podcast and she said that they've done threesomes together. They brung women in the bedroom, and she, likes women. So a big conversation online was people saying that they thought that she wanted to be with a woman. Now, I don't know, but maybe if the dynamic wasn't a man versus woman role where she's already, as you say, in this more dominant role, it might work better with a woman.
Yeah, maybe. You know what? And I had heard that back in the day in Atlanta, it's all alleged, that, they would go to the swingers club and, they would have nasty freak-offs with women.
I don't know.
But that's all alleged. That's hearsay. Calls for hearsay. But no, here's saying speculation, but this is what the girls are saying. And listen, we are media, so I'm just kidding. But anyway, hold on. But my thought around that is, yes, I think Kandi will be better suited with a woman.
Yeah.
She should do the Queen Latifah route, the Brat, something like that.
It might work. It might work. So do you think that now that Kandi made the statement and she said that he was creeping off with women, do you think that when you bring somebody in the bedroom, that's kind of like the Pandora's box that always end up happening? You say that you have this agreement as in a marriage and you guys agree to bring a woman in. It almost always happens that way, to where the man want to get a little, you know what I'm saying, turn up time on his own. And that's kind of what it sounds like happened.
You know what? I've been there before. You know what I mean? I did a little 1-2. And, sometimes it does get like that, because typically other people have, the chemistry can be leaning more towards the other person. But then, too, what we're seeing in this relationship right here, we're seeing a dynamic where Todd feels inferior and he feels frustrated, because what I'm hearing him say, all jokes aside, is like, all right, I'm with you. I love you. I care about you. You care about me. But it seems like I'm living your life and I'm not able to really do my thing. And I think Todd is at a point where these other women probably make him feel more like a man. I feel like he feels emasculated with Kandi. Yes, Kandi's probably with the threesomes and stuff, but at some point there might be a better chemistry with these other women. And, Kandi may be too busy for the sex, or she might be too masculine for the sex. I don't know. She may not want to suck note. She may be wanting to sit back like Todd. And it's just kind of like, well, maybe I want a woman to be more soft with me. And I'm just saying it can happen, especially if the woman is probably younger, a little bit more refreshed, you know what I'm saying? And someone that, is more of a good time. Candy's probably, Kandi probably like, well, I'm not doing all that. Maybe I'm tired. Or maybe he just has better chemistry with that girl. He feels safer with her. It's new, it's innocent. Kandi might be too industry, and you're married, and it's money, it's business. It's just so much with that. This situation, we have good sex, my wife, it's cool, we have great chemistry, and you're easier. And so it can happen. Now, I think that it is probably dangerous to open up your relationship, but a lot of people do it, but that's the risk that you take.
Right. All right. So we're going to get into the documents. What do you want to read first? Do you want to go straight to what Todd filed? Because he kind of filed where he wanted full custody, or do you want to go to the original complaint?
Let's go to the original complaint, then let's go to what Todd filed.
Okay, let me pull it up. But go ahead, talk some more in the meantime.
All right. Well, shout out to the 2,000 people in the chat over here in the building. Yes, Nick, are you guys loving the live? Are you guys liking this? They want us to get into the Diddy documentary. I haven't watched it. There was some listen, once I heard of whatever, there was a few things going on with that documentary, and I said, you know what? I just got so uninterested. But people keep saying I made a cameo in the documentary. It was like a little clip, so maybe I should watch it. But child, I might try to watch it tonight. I've been trying, but I just fall asleep. But we'll get into it, because I know y'all want me to break it down. But I will tell you this. A lot of the testimony that we heard in the Diddy documentary, guys, from some of the speakers, we heard that in court. And we talked about it. But we will get into it at a later day. Maybe, Neek, we can do a Diddy, because you've watched it all. And so maybe I'll catch up.
I only watched the first episode and part of the episode 2. I didn't watch the whole I didn't watch the whole thing.
Okay.
But as far as some of the stuff that they said in the Diddy doc, they made an allegation that Diddy slapped his mama. She says that he didn't slap her. They made an allegation where they said that he was taking everybody girl. And then there was a part of the documentary where he did a celebrity basketball game. This was the first episode that I did see, where 9 people died. So definitely check it out, because that was it was a whole lot going on. But let me share this screen.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out, do we need to get ready for Kandi and Todd's court? We might have to get an Airbnb.
When is their next court date? We gotta find out. We gotta find out when is their next court date. Hold on, y'all. I'm having technical difficulties.
And so there's a lot of court coming up. There's Lil Durk coming up here. Little Nas X is in a couple of weeks. My court date is coming up.
Oh
It's
my.
just a lot going on. You guys are okay. Yeah, shout out to Nick because she was like, we need to do this live because I was like, I had been working, I had to a lot of stuff to do today. It's just been a lot. However, she was like, we should get into this thing. So I was like, okay, cool. So we might have to do some of this docket stuff too as we do these different court dates and these different trials. So obviously we'll do our separate content, but I think this would be good to do some collabs like this as well. And 2026, some great things are coming, guys, for the listeners out there. We are going to be releasing a podcast. And I have a big announcement coming soon for you guys that are in the law and crime space. I cannot wait to give you guys that announcement. So we got some love and relationship late night podcast vibes coming, and we got some law and crime content coming too in 2026. I can't wait for you guys to be a part of that.
All right.
Are we ready?
Is it bigger now? Because
yes, I can see it.
Okay, can you start off reading it? Can you read it?
Yes. Oh, you want me to read? Okay.
Okay, or I can. It doesn't matter.
You go ahead.
All right. So what was interesting about this filing was Kandi did it under K. Lanice Tucker. Like, she didn't put it under Todd and Kandi. She was trying to make it real difficult to find this. And she put it under their initial, middle name, and then under his last name. I found that to be interesting. So anyways, it says, comes now the petitioner K. Lanice Tucker and the petition, she files for divorce against respondent Todd. It says the petitioner is a resident of Fulton County, Georgia, and has been a resident of the state of Georgia for at least 6 months. And it says the respondent is a resident of Fulton County, Georgia, and is subject to the venue and jurisdiction of this court. Personal service may be effectuated upon the respondent and his current residence in Fulton County. It says the parties separated on or about July 15, 2025, and have lived in a bona fide state of separation since that day. There are 2 minor children born as issue of marriage between the parties. Petitioner shows that said minor children have resided with the parties from birth up until the date of their separation, and there are no other proceedings involving the custody of the minor children. Petitioner knows of no individual other than the parties to this action which may have any claim of custody or visitation rights concerning said children. The minor children have been in custody and joint control of both parties. Petitioner believes that it is in the best interest of the minor children for the petitioner and respondent to be awarded joint physical custody of the minor children. The petitioner believes it is in the best interest of the minor children for the parties to be awarded joint legal custody of the minor children. Petitioner is entitled to a divorce from respondent upon the grounds that the marriage between the parties is irretrievably broken as contemplated, there being no reasonable hope of reconciliation. So we'll pause right there. And Armon, what do you think about that so far?
I think that's fair. It's at least Kandi in this aspect. She's being fair, but see, this is where the femininity comes in at. It's like, girl, I don't want to feel like a full-on single mom. You know what I mean? Like, I want my kids, but then you should have them too. She wasn't trying to just take them full time, and I think that's fair though. I'm good with this. I'm interested to see why Todd felt like he wanted full custody, and how does that benefit him financially if it does. These comments are okay.
All right. So it says, petitioner is entitled to a divorce from respondent upon grounds that the marriage between the parties is irretrievably broken as contemplated, there being no reasonable hope of reconciliation. Petitioner asserts that the parties prior to marriage entered into an enforceable and binding prenuptial agreement. Therefore, petitioner requests that said prenuptial agreement be enforced by this honorable court, and the terms therein be incorporated into a final judgment and decree of divorce on behalf of the petitioner and respondent, respectively. The parties possess debts that have been incurred throughout the duration of the marriage, which should be subject to equitable division directed by the prenuptial agreement. The petitioner asserts that child support obligations for both the petitioner and respondent be determined in accordance with the child support guidelines of the state of Georgia, respectively. The petitioner asserts that the parties shall be responsible for their respective attorney's fees.
She don't play about her coin.
And then it says, wherefore the petitioner prays that she is awarded a total divorce from respondent, that the summons and process be issued as required by law, that the petitioner is awarded joint physical custody of parties' minor children, that the petitioner is awarded joint legal custody of the minor children, that the parties' child support obligations be determined by the child support guidelines of state of Georgia. So that is her original thing. So now let me go to.
I wish we could figure out what's on that. Do we know what's on that prenup? Did we ever do?
So I looked it up, and apparently prenups aren't made public, but there was like a special where they talked about it. And I know one of the clauses was that if they got divorce or they were going through a divorce, like he would have to move out in 30 days, but they never said what the specifics are. And when I tried to look up like if there's a physical document that you can find, it said that most cases the prenup is just like amongst the parties.
Okay.
So I don't know the specifics exactly. So let me go to this one. So this
Is Kandi still selling dildos? Do he get any of that money? Like, I'm trying to figure out what money does he get? Probably the businesses that failed that they had together. That's pretty much that's like any failed business money you get, nigga. Any shit.
All right. So this is Todd's part.
Okay.
Can you read this one?
Ooh, okay.
Or do you want
Comes
to
down. Go ahead. Okay. Oof. You know I hate reading court docs. Answer and counterclaim for divorce and other relief. Comes now respondent Todd through his counsel of record Randall M. Kessler and yes, other lady. Okay. Respondent Todd and petitioner Kaylenise Tucker, wife, were married on April 4th, 2014. On that same day, a purported prenuptial agreement prepared by wife's attorney was presented to husband without husband having counsel, even though wife's then counsel had communicated previously with the undersigned regarding a potential prenuptial agreement. The minor children are currently in husband's care and residing with him in Georgia, while wife's out-of-state work obligations have required and will continue to require her to be away from the children for at least the next several months. The parties have been working cooperatively in an effort to resolve all issues, and husband remains committed to continuing those discussions in good faith. However, in the hopefully unlikely event the parties are unable to reach a full agreement, husband shows that he will seek award of primary physical custody, joint legal custody, and final decision-making authority, with wife having substantial time and meaningful access to the children. Husband wishes to make clear that he recognizes wife as a loving and capable parent and remains sincerely hopeful that prior and continued discussions between the parties will bring full resolution of all matters. First defense, husband affirmatively shows that petition for divorce is procedurally deficient under the code, penal code, whatever. Specifically, petitioner failed to verify the petition as required by subsection. State the resident. I can't see that now, child. I can't see.
All right, so I'll finish the rest.
Okay.
So it says procedurally deficient under specifically petitioner failed these things. 1, to verify the petition as required by subsection A. 2, the state, the residence, or last known address of respondent as required by subsection B. And 3, provide the name and age of each minor child as required by subsection B. So it sounds like he was kind of nitpicking. And it says 4, husband reserves all rights to challenge the sufficiency of the petition based upon the statutory deficiencies. And it says the response to petition for divorce. Husband admits the allegations contained in paragraph 1 of the petition. Husband admits the allegations contained in paragraph 2 of the petition by way of further answer. Husband likely has or will execute an acknowledgement of service. Husband admits the allegations contained in paragraph 3 of the petition by way of further response. Husband shows that the parties were married April 4th, 2014. Husband neither admits nor denies the allegation contained in paragraph 4 of the petition. Husband admits the allegations contained in paragraph 5. He admits the allegations in 6, blah, blah, blah. So it says the allegations contained in paragraph 7 of the petition require no response from husband as it contains the petitioner's request for relief. To the extent that the response is required, husband admits in part the allegations contained in paragraph 7 of the petition to the extent the allegations contain. So let me see, once we get to other than, okay, the allegations. So he's just saying what he admits to. Okay, so counterclaim for divorce and other relief. So Todd, it says, by and through this undersigned counsel, files this as his counterclaim for divorce and other relief, respectfully showing the court as follows. Husband is and has been a resident of Fulton County, state of Georgia for 6 months prior to the date of the filing of this counterclaim. It says the petitioner is a resident of Fulton County. It says the parties were lawfully married on or about April 4th, 2014, and are currently living in a bona fide state of separation. There are 2 minor children at issue of this marriage, with A. Tucker, a male child born 2016, and B. Tucker, the female child born in 2019. Husband shows that he should be awarded temporary and permanent legal custody of the parties' children, as well as final decision-making authority. Okay. He said, so that's where Armon comes in, where he felt like his word hasn't been respected because
Yes.
his final decision-making authority to be acknowledged.
And that's probably why he started. Here's the thing. I think do we need more of this, or do we got the gist of this? Because I think what's important is, if they got broke, if this divorce is because Todd has cheated on her, and it's like it's no coming back from this. This is Kandi's fault. She has emasculated Todd. And clearly, this man at this point is fighting for some power in this relationship. He couldn't have a house to his name. He had every business that, he had to do the prenup. The only thing he could get was sympathy. And now it's like, I'm living in your world. Your friends have to be my friends. I have to sit with you, watch you get your nails done. Like, I have to do everything. And it's like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. And then I have to sit around and let everybody tell me how much I'm just hit a lick with you when people don't realize, yeah, we're living like this, but I don't really give a shit to live in all this stuff. Do you know how expensive that is to live in those big ass houses? Imagine turning on the heater and the AC for a house like that. That's high. Now, I'm sure Kandi can pay for it, but she's probably looking at Todd like, you can't even pay for this AC. And he's probably thinking, no, I can't. And I probably wouldn't even do this if I wasn't with you. But at the end of the day, he has to sit there and watch Kandi be rich. She make all the rules. This is her dream house. He has to consider, stay feeling inadequate. And so you know what? He cheated on her because she's too masculine, damn it. And he needed a break. And he told her he needed a break 2 years ago. Lighten up, loosen up, and soften up. And she wouldn't do it. So guess what? He cheated. That's what happened. He cheated. And so she's mad.
Well, my thing is, if you inviting women in the bedroom, like you need threesomes and you need outside, like I feel like I don't agree with that. I feel like if he wanted some outside twang and what she was providing wasn't enough, he should have filed for divorce first or officially separated first. But there was allegations and rumors on different like Real Housewife blogs where they were saying that there was allegedly some type of situation going with one of the co-workers of one of the restaurants. I don't know how true it is, but that was like one of the things that was brewing. But what I can say to that is you kind of lose them how you got them is what people say. When they got together, there was this big scandal that Todd was in a relationship with a woman and he ended up leaving her for Kandi, and she ended up finding out about it, and like it was something that ended up on like Lipstick Alley and all kind of stuff like that. So Kandi kind of stole somebody, man, according to those Lipstick Alley receipts from back in the day when they first got together. And somebody is kind of, doing the same thing. Is it right? I don't know. I just think that when you start having the big tipping scale where she's way up here financially, he's way down here, and you have the threesomes, you have the thing where he doesn't really have a say.
Let's be clear with this, the threesomes. Kandi wanted that too.
But I'm saying when you enter that in, whether she wanted it or not, you still got another woman that your man is sleeping with that he might want to get that when, on the side without you.
But at what point, and I haven't been following this from the beginning. You may know more than me. But at some point, what I'm just watching from going back 2 years ago, listening, at some point, Todd is fed up without feeling like he had any power and control. So if he did cheat, that was the one moment where he felt like, you know what, damn it, I have control. I have balls. I have, and I'm going to use them. Like, I'm tired of using candies.
Well, he gonna love to see this. He got my back. I mean, I don't agree. I feel like if she got making all the money, I feel like the same way how girls will be with an NBA player, he got the bag. She ain't really got the bag. If you go out and cheat, like all you had to do was be the daddy daycare. I don't know.
But then be the daddy daycare, but at some point, like, you still looking at me like, nigga, you beneath me. If you don't think Kandi telling him every now and then, nigga, this is my money, my house, you're crazy. She gives that.
She definitely was basically saying it to him in the video.
Kandi is definitely walking around scratching her nuts and saying, this is my house.
Right. So what do you think is going to come of it? Do you think that he's going to get primary custody? Do you think that he's going to be able to break the prenup, saying that he was under duress, he didn't have his attorneys present? She started to use some of the videos from the Real Housewives of Atlanta to prove that there was kind of this whole series of events that led up to the wedding day and the prenup being a discussion and all of that thing. Like, how do you think that this is going to?
Unfortunately, I do think that Kandi will win because Kandi is a businesswoman first, and she's very meticulous about her finances. And I'm sure she probably didn't know that, even those great nights that her and Todd were having, whether they were on the up and up or the even high, she was still documenting it just in case. Like, Kandi's the type, you can't be like, everything's documented. She's got a receipt collector in the background. So, Todd, you better have made sure that you got some good proof, some good evidence, because Kandi has already built an infrastructure to where if this went left, all of her money and assets will be protected. And you better be damn sure believe before she signed on that dotted line and got married with you, she made sure that there was no wiggle room around that prenup.
That's why he's using his card of, I was under duress. But I feel like, was that a scheme from the get-go? Like, did he like, okay, you gonna play your hand, let me play my hand of waiting all the way up until that day. I feel like he knew all along he was playing a gamble.
And people are saying I'm biased economics. Here's the thing. I just feel like if this was like Jay-Z and Beyonce, right? And then it was Jay-Z and had Beyonce sign a prenup or something like that, and she didn't have the money. Like, if this was a man and a woman, it would be a totally different thing, and the man would be getting dragged for, having, trying to take the kids and keep all the money. I just feel like men can't do that. But Kandi, masculine presenting woman, controlling, money hungry, and, coerced Todd into the prenup. And now you wanted him to get into all your freaky, kinky stuff, your kink line, your toy line, your dungeons. And now you emasculated the man. He has no power. The house ain't in his name. He has no control of the kids. He has no friends and no life. And now he slipped up, banged a chick, probably a little bit younger than you, probably a little bit cuter than you, and now you're mad. And he said,
So
"Hey,
you
Kandi, I need a little money."
You don't think she's cute?
I think Candy's a looker.
Okay.
Yeah, Candy's, I've never been like a true big Candy fan. Candy, I just feel like, Candy was a nice look for Todd because I mean, Candy back when they first got together, it was like, oh, Candy got a nice looking man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that Todd is ugly, but I think you gassing Todd a little bit.
Todd was cute. When they first met, everybody was like, oh, Candy got him, Candy look older than Todd to me. How old is Candy? How old is Todd? Can you Google that?
Hold on, let me look it up. But I feel like you casting Todd because he ain't that fine now.
Like, I mean, I'm talking about when he first got on the scene.
When he first got on the scene.
I got a question on Todd. I don't have no question on Todd. I have to be honest with you.
All right, so Kandi is 49 years old. So she's 49, and let me put up Todd. Todd is older than her. He's 52.
Oh, damn.
So Todd is 52 and she's 49.
Oh, well, y'all got me there.
All right. So do you want to end it here or do you want to let some people come up?
Let's do we for time wise and replay value, we are at an hour. So maybe we can do like
some of it could be edited down where the technical difficulties. I'm gonna edit those parts out. So
so let's do like 3 people, 3 good, like you know what I mean?
All right.
Let's see.
Let me drop the link. You got the link too, if you want to drop it in your chat. I don't know if my chat goes to your chat.
Let me see. Do I got the link? How I get the link?
You used the link to come on.
I definitely did. Hold on. This was fun. Oh, we're gonna have to do this on a real messy topic too.
Right, where we just really get into it, break it down.
Yes.
I seen some of y'all comments, but hey, it is what it is. We here. Make sure y'all like the video as well. And some of y'all that was talking mess, talk to me nice, okay? Please, period. And click the link. Click the link. Hit the like button. All right, Bray.
Hey, Armon. Hey, Nick.
Hey.
So I just want to come on here and say, Armon, now you gassing Todd up. Don't do Kandi.
Okay.
Don't do Kandi. Kandi real cute. Don't do Kandi. She is beautiful and she got a coin. Don't do Kandi. She got body. But I understand y'all are missing a key part in this.
Okay.
Kandi, when I watched Kandi wedding, when it came out, Kandi had her lawyer go to the hotel room, and Todd said in his confessional that he signed it despite his lawyer's advice on camera. That's what Todd said. And then the white lady, her lawyer, sat in front of him and said, and with the video camera in his face, she got it recorded. He said, I did not sign, I'm not forced, and I am signing this under my own will, and I am not under duress. He said that on camera. So, baby, he ain't catching a coin. And what you forgetting is that Todd has his own property and his own condo in New York. Kandi did not want to be on his property in New York that he had. She didn't make him sell it. She didn't make him put her name on his condo. But she didn't do that.
But I'm gonna just pause you right there because it was a TikTok, right, where it lists all their assets before the divorce, and it was like all these list of assets that she had, and then it said Todd's New Jersey condo, which was like it said was like a townhouse. So it's like a townhouse versus her mansion. I don't think she wanted
I mean, I understand.
Let me ask you this, because if he cheated on her, don't you think that he's justified in that?
No.
So you don't think, why not? You think that Kandi is, you don't see how he could feel like, damn, get off my back.
I cannot feel like Kandi should feel like he need to get off her back, because Kandi is a male-centered female. She gave up a lot of her relationships to be with Todd. She let Todd, during the beginning of her relationship, be out in the clubs, up and down, left and right, spend 10K on strippers. He wasn't even to the point where he was not even trying to have intercourse with her because he was out being with strippers. He does not have the right to do anything. She did not go out and cheat on him while they was doing together. He needed to keep his stuff in the pants. They both agreed, I had an agreement on they was going to go out and have these threesomes, and they supposed to keep it in a marriage and tell each other. She did everything for him to the point where she gave up on some of her relationships with Phaedra to appease him and his relationship with his boys. So no, she did everything to make him feel like the man in the house, to make him have a responsibility. He was paying the bills in her house. He wanted to pay the bills. He wanted to do this. He wanted to do that. He wanted to have businesses. She made sure that she set him up. He had a good play because of Candy's financial backing. She gave him everything possible to be successful, and he did not do what he was supposed to do with the stuff and the fruits that she gave him, and that's his fault. He could have had a whole lot more better if he had better business sense. He was buying trucks and doing all this other stuff. His mind wasn't there to keep the businesses going.
All right,
Okay.
thank you, Bray. All right, so we're gonna go to Angel. Hello, Angel, are you there? All right,
1098.
Angel.
Yes, you like me. We got to get them out.
Sierra, hello, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hey, Nick. Hey, Armon.
Hey,
So, first of all, was that Candy cousin or something who just called
absolutely.
him?
Sound like it was to me.
No, I just wanted to call to say, Armon, you play too much. I think
What?
you was the only person thinking that Todd was fine when Candy got him.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Really?
so much.
Todd was not handsome at all. He didn't get cute until you could tell he started getting some money.
Some candy
Once
money.
he got with Candy.
Mm.
Yeah, that's when Todd, he was kind of a looker. He ain't ugly, but he ain't fine either.
And so my thing is this, though. I just kind of feel like there's a hate men campaign going on because I feel like Todd never had a fair chance. You got to
Well,
also
I
think,
like
let's be
Todd.
clear. The
I like
mama
Todd.
came in hating on Todd. It's
She
just like,
did.
and then the world came, it's just like, and I still endured all of that. And then at every turn, I'm reminded that everything is yours.
Yeah.
Like at some
can
point,
see-
enough is enough.
I don't got a dog in the fight, but I'm team Todd. I don't know. I'm team Candy too. I'm with Candy when she say everything that she had before Todd. He not touching none of that because I'm on that type of time too. But everything they got together, I could see Todd want his share or whatever like that. But all the stuff Candy had before him, let her keep that, and he can keep the kids too, since his schedule more freer than Candy's.
All right, thank you, Sierra.
You welcome.
All right. Angel, are you there?
Hello.
Hey, cut it off in the back. All right, thank you, Sierra.
Hello.
Hey.
Cut it off in the back.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
You said yes?
Yes.
Cut it off in the back.
Can y'all okay.
Ooh.
I don't know why I can hear y'all on my TV, but I can't hear
I'd
on
have
the
dropped
thing.
you by now.
Oh my god.
Okay, we're gonna come back to you, Angel. We're gonna come back to Angel. AK?
And you know what? And you know what I think about Candy? She's so nasty. She was willing to let him keep the kids for
Hello?
not the money. He
Hello,
can have
can you hear
half
me?
the kids,
Go
but
ahead.
not
AK,
half
are
the
you there?
money. She don't play.
I think you guys both made really good points. I really do. I think Armand spoke from the men's side, and I don't think anyone's really looking at that because if this was the other way around, everyone would be calling Todd a dog if he didn't help
Yes,
and didn't
speak,
give any
queen.
money to his wife. You know what I'm saying? If they were divorced, and I feel like he's trying to get custody for that child support. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
And as
Thank
he
you.
should. Wouldn't you want child support and alimony?
Mm.
Taylor, you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry, my voice is messed up. If y'all don't leave Todd alone, honey, stop
Yes,
it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop
absolutely.
it. Stop it. Listen,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go all the way back from Mama
Please.
Joyce. Mama Joyce. The
But just
way that woman,
sake of time, don't draw it out too long, but
I
go ahead.
won't, honey. I'll be real quick with it. I'm real quick with it because I don't got all that breath. I'm real quick with it. Let me tell you something. Day one, that woman, I understand she might not feel he's the one she wants for her daughter. And I'm a mother, okay? I'm 68 years old, right? But the way that woman disrespect his mother, and then when she found out, called his father a pimp. When she found out that the man was dead, almost cursed. The woman was like, I don't care. I love my children, okay? I have son and I have daughters. They have relationships, okay? I would never stand for that. Kandi, as a woman, you can love your mother, but she should have checked her mother on that, especially when she was talking about that man's dead father.
Ooh.
This man sat there and tried to tell her how he feel.
Mm-hmm.
She was ignoring her in that chair, rolling her eyes, getting consultation.
Taylor, you're getting a little too mad. You start cursing. Melody.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, Armon. What?
What's going on?
The 411 is we are looking at a Tyler Perry movie in reverse.
Really?
That's exactly what's going on. Because if you look at it, I will say this. I don't think that there's nothing wrong with Kandi protecting herself financially or however the case may be. But we are looking at abuse. And if the shoe was on the other foot, Todd would have been a real scheme set up by him.
Yeah.
You know? So that's just my little one too, not too much.
So and so Todd should not be able to get no child support, no alimony from that. The lifestyle changed with Kandi. I don't know if Todd is able to keep up with that lifestyle because he won't have access to Kandi's money. So she needs to pay for that. A man would have to pay that that spousal support, but he may not have to pay if she can prove that he cheated. I don't know, but I just feel like pay the man.
That is true.
Hold on, wait, before you finish, we'll bring Taylor back, but she was getting. Being a content creator, I know, like when you start elevating and you really start getting into it. Once that first curse word slip, you really start going. So we'll bring her back just a second, but she clicked off. But go ahead, say a final word, Melody.
Again, if the shoe was on the other foot, Todd would be getting dragged. But again, I don't feel like I would want to protect myself the way she is, but it do come off as grimy, or you already knew from the jump, like you got too much insurance on this marriage. Like if you kind of like, anytime I could drop you, but I'm still gonna be cool. I don't know about you though.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what it's looking like for me.
Okay.
Let's do one more.
All right, we'll do hold on 1 second. Anna.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. I just feel like when you marry a man, I mean, Kandi already knew she was pulling more weight than him in the first place. So I feel like when you choose to marry somebody, it needs to balance out. You already know you're kind of masculine, you're protective over your finances and your assets and stuff like that. And you dating a man who can't even pull 10% of your weight. And then you got to overcompensate by bringing other women in the bed with y'all. You get what I'm trying to say? So I really feel like.
Well, that's probably because Kandi was too focused on the money and masculinity and not enough on the softness and the femininity. So they needed a real woman to come in because it was two men.
I'm a wig, literally clock that T. And I also, just to touch on what Armon said, I don't really feel like Armon was like, well, this is just my opinion. You weren't defending Ty, but you just telling the reality of the situation. Like, that's actually what's going on. And it's kind of like in that marriage, they almost traded roles.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like, I mean, it's her fault. It's a little bit of his fault. It's some of his fault too. But she knew what was going on when she married him. You asking for a prenup and all these other things. Let's be real. That's what a man does. A man gets the prenup because he got all the money. He got all the assets and everything else.
But I feel like a man is not allowed to do that. A man would be considered a sucker and a lowlife and a narcissist to want to put a woman on a prenup. But because it's another woman, it's like, yes, girl, don't let that. Here's the thing. What gets me with women, I feel like women want men and love men. And maybe you guys can correct me. And people say, well, you're gay, so you don't know. At the end of the day, still a man. I feel like women love men, but women secretly hate men at the same time. It's like you want a man, but y'all secretly want to see a man like just fail. You get what I mean? Because it's just like, all right, it's like he's got it. Now, if it's on your shoe, he's got to make sure that he's taking care of you, doing this, doing that. If a woman has more financial, assets and stuff, it's like, now this man is using her and she don't need to be with him. He can't even do nothing for her. And he just needs to cower down to him and all of these different things. And it's just like, he don't deserve shit nothing out of the relationship. It's just like, girl, I feel like it's just the double standard is just so interesting to me. And then women get mad nowadays when men are more feminine these days, or men are lazy, or men just are not presenting in a way. And it seems like women, y'all want men, but then y'all hate them at the same time.
But I feel like there are double standards and gender roles for a reason. I think that I just don't think that he was leading the way that he was supposed to. And I think that once they did 1 business, 2 business, 3 business, and however many businesses, and they fell back to back, it's like, as you're naturally gonna, and I would think that Kandi's money is what's the bulk driving force of it. What I would think, and it's like you kind of get swayed from their leadership, is what I would think.
I could see that too. Let's talk about the leadership. So you feel like he had an idea and it didn't work out, 1 or 2, and Kandi was just kind of like, all right, nigga, we tried this with you and it's not working. So now, so she should have left him then.
I agree.
You get what I'm saying? Because my thing is, you don't make him feel even more less than, because that's ultimately why he went the way that he went. But you kind of checked out once you realize I make more money and I make better business decisions, and I'm not really that interested in him anymore, because you know why? I got more money. I make better business decisions. So as a woman, you probably think I don't even want to sleep with you now.
Right. But Kandi don't give. She don't want to get that thing hit. She always seemed like she ready for a good time. So I don't know. But this was a fun live. I apologize to Taylor, but I heard her say sugar honey iced tea. Okay, if y'all didn't hear it, that's what I heard. If I misheard, then I apologize. But it seemed like, and people were saying, "Oh, you're biased. You're biased." I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't care. Like, you think because she's giving her opinion on Kandi and Todd. I don't have a relationship with Kandi. I don't know her, never met her, not a fan of her music either. But I'm just looking at it from the outside looking in. The lady making her points is not, oh, let me get her off because she's saying a different point. No, I thought I heard her say sugar honey iced tea. And I was trying to keep this, and she seemed like she was getting more and more turned up. So.
They're saying I'm biased in the chat. I'm not biased. I'm real.
All right. So we're going to close on that note. This has been fun. It's been real. And what do you want to say in closing?
Yeah, I love this. So make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Nick at Night. We should do more breakdowns like this, law and crime, legal stuff. And I think it was a great. And as we continue to do more of these, like, it will get cleaner. But now I think that I think that we definitely, for us, we definitely probably need to do this Kandi versus Todd. I think we need to go ahead and make this a couple. We need to go ahead and make this the thing. Yeah. Because we got to see this to the end as the receipts come out. Because I feel like we on different sides. And I'm telling you, Kandi is nasty.
But what makes you think that she's so nasty? Like,
it's not that. It's just like, girl, like, first of all, let's be clear. Cheating is never okay. But you have to know, the man, you pulled up clips from 2 years ago. The man was kind of trying to tell her how he felt, and she didn't care. She didn't care. So at some point, you know what? I'm gonna go left, and that's what happened. And then it gagged her and it hurt her ego and it hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
But and then she's like, I'm not coming, and she has the right to do that. I'm not saying that she doesn't. But girl, maybe if you gave the man a little bit of power in your life, equity in your life, and I'm not just talking about, okay, we're gonna do this together. Like, make something that you have his. Like, give him something. If you really want him to feel a part of your life in that way, I just feel like she started off making him feel very much what's mine is mine, what's yours is slightly mine, and what's ours is ours. But she's involved in every step of the way, but he's not. But he's supposed to be the man.
I mean, yeah, so we'll see how it turns out. We'll see what becomes of this. This was a fun live. And the StreamYard is not my primary use. I don't normally use this, so we're gonna get the kinks ironed out. This is like my secondary, just drop the link, let people call in. I don't like operate through this system, so it's totally different from my OBS. We'll get it ironed out. Thank you, Armon. This has been great.
Yes. All right, guys, make sure you guys hit the like button and